Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Here in Mongolia right now, it is about minus 12 degrees during the day. The nights have dropped down to about minus 20. If you've watched our previous videos, we started incubating and raising our own chickens for eggs. We're also going to be raising chickens for meat birds. About 2 months ago, we separated our females and males that we raised. We put the females with the main flock and we kept the males separate so that they can get a little bit bigger.
Yep.
They are now 4 months and we kind of have to take care of them. This is maybe one of the hardest parts of being self-sufficient. This can be quite hard for some people, but we need to take care of these male chickens today because the temperature is going to drastically drop from tomorrow. From tomorrow, the days are going to be about minus 20 in the day and around minus 30 at night, which is extremely uncomfortable for the chickens. Our main flock have a bit of heating inside their coop, so they are at least comfortable at night. Disclaimer, we're not going to show you the culling part. There are many YouTube videos out there.
The
hard part, explaining exactly how you should cull a chicken and the easiest way to do it. We are going to show you just the butchering part.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a bit of a tradition in Mongolia. So I will be culling the chickens and then bringing them into the greenhouse where it's a little bit warmer so we can take the feathers off, and we will show you the butchering part so we can get these chickens in the freezer so that we have food for our family for the winter.
Yes. Энэ удаагийн бичлэгээр монголоор тайлбарлаад явахыг хичээх болно. Иймэрхүү төрлийн видео үзэж чаддгүй тийм sensitive хүмүүсээ үзэхгүй байхыг зөвлөе. Тэгээд хэрэгтэй хүмүүс нь хэрэгтэйж магадгүй яаж дахиагаа янзалж хоолндоо хэрэглэхийг сурахад бас илүүдэхгүй. Тийм учраас чадах ятгаараа тайлбарлаад явах болно.
We're also going to do something a little bit different for this video. Zula is going to be translating in Mongolian because there is no video like this for Mongolian people. We're going to try something a little bit different.
Yeah, maybe some people like to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Then.
So let us show you the plan. They're huge. So these are the 13 male chickens that we have. They're really big. They're probably around 1.2 kilos, maybe 1.5 kilos. We will see. So basically, I haven't fed them in the last 24 hours, so they're not going to have a lot of food in their necks, which they hold it there. Let me go show you, once we take one, where we're going to put it, show you the process, but we're not going to do it for you. And then we'll come back and start this process. What this is I don't know the exact name for it, but it's a culling cone. We've just taken some cardboard box, wrapped it with some tape, hooked it against the pillar. So basically it's in a cone shape and it's just open at the bottom. We've also just put a bucket with some water at the bottom to collect the blood that we can use as fertilizer. Basically the chicken is going to go in here with its head down and its head will stick out here. And because the chicken is upside down, it gets so much blood to the head, it pretty much passes out while it's hanging there. And then we can of course cut the head off or cut the neck over here. So that's what we do.
Нэг иймэрхүү цилиндер маягийн зүйл бэлдээд тэгээд дахиагаа янзлах юм байна. That's it.
What?
What?
Yeah?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Өшөө нэг дэлгэрүүлж ярих шаардлага байгаа.
We have set up a station here inside the greenhouse because it is nice and warm in here. Defeathering all these birds takes some time. We have a nice clean table. We also have a big pot of hot water which we put onto gas. We're going to dip the birds inside here for about 45 seconds. We have a nice temperature probe. We have got the temperature up to 65 degrees, which is 150 degrees Fahrenheit, is the temperature that we want. This pot is ready. I'm going to head outside and grab us our first chicken, and then we'll come in and show you the process.
Сая Ашлиг хэлсэнчлэн дахианыхаа өдийг салахын тулд 65 градусын халуунтай ус бэлдсэн байгаа. Тэгээд гадаа хасах 12 байгаа учраас гадаа ажиллах жоохон хүүтэн байгаа. Тийм учраас бид хоёр грин хаус дотор дулааханд ажиллахаар шийдсэн. Тэгээд Ашли одоо яаж дахианыхаа өдийг салахыг харуулах болно. Тэгээд би чадхаараа тайлбарлаа явах болно.
This is our first bird. He is really big. I have taken off the head. You can leave it on for this process, but I've just taken it off because it just looks a little nicer. So basically what we want to do is we want to dunk the chicken in here for about 45 seconds. So we put it into the water and we really dunk it around, move it around. About 45 seconds.
За ойролцоогоор 45 секунд халуусан байлгах юм байна.
If you have gloves that are good for hot water, you can wear those too, but I don't have any. We don't want to cook the chicken. We just want to score the skin so the feathers are easy to come out. And the way we can test that, after 45 seconds, these feathers on the wings are the hardest to take out. So those are the ones you're going to pull on first. And if those are easy to come out, then you know it is ready. So I'm going to give it a few more seconds.
Тэгээд том далавчнуудын ингээд амархаа үгтэйвэл юу ах бэлэн болсон гэсэн үг юм байна.
Oh. There we go. So what we've done is we've hanged the chicken from one leg. It makes it a little bit easier. And what we want to do is we want to start with the wings.
Yeah.
And then that we can just pull out individually. Once we have done the wings, then we can start going on the back area, back feathers. Those are the hardest to come out. And then we go on the other wing.
Эхлээд халуун байгаа дээр нь арай хэцүү авагддаг үднүүдийг авчвал дээр.
And then once you have done the wings and the tail, which is the hardest part, then the rest is pretty easy. You just grab clumps and just pull down. Like so.
Сүүлний хэсэг далавчны хэсгүүд нь л хэцүү.
And you just
аюу амархан авагдчих тийм ээ. This is my first time.
Yeah, this is Zula's first time, not my first time, so she's seeing it.
You know that Russian wives,
Yeah.
they do every day like this.
Yeah.
Бидний мэддгээр Орос ихнэрүүд л байнга л ингэж хийдэг. Монгол эмэгтэйчүүдэд бол жоохон тийм unusual for Mongolian women.
Well, we have 13 birds to go through, so it's going to take some time.
The thing is that we grow our own chickens. It seems like a little bit bigger.
Yeah, of
more
course.
meat.
More meat.
And tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find whole chickens in Mongolia, but it's not like in Europe where you can find them in every single shop. And when you do find whole chickens in Mongolia, the price is so expensive. It's 3 times the price that it is in the US and Europe, which is ridiculous.
Тийм Монголд бүхэл дахиад бил олж идэж байгаагүй маань. Гэтэ өөртөө ингэж яагаад бэлдээд хоолндоо бэлдээд ингүүл бас арай илүү найдвартай. Тэгээд дээрэс нь амттай.
People have competitions. How fast you can do it.
Yeah, but if you learn that,
Yeah,
you have to fix
if
that
you're gonna do
chicken like.
Yeah, but if you're going to do a lot of them,
Yeah.
there is a machine that will do it in 20 seconds,
Yeah.
completely clean. So if we're doing lots of birds, then it's definitely worth investing the money in a decent machine.
Тэг ингээ өөртөө дахиагаа янзлаад ингээд яагаад сурчвал их зүгээр л гэж санагдсан надад л.
So now we have the chicken pretty much cleaned, full chicken, ready to butcher up. I like to start with the legs, and we bend it back, and here there's cartilage, so it's really soft. So we just go around like that. We turn it the other way and just through there onto this joint.
Эхлээд үеэр нь сарвуугийн салгаад сарвуу дараа нь
And perfectly come off. So again on this side, you bend the leg through the cartilage, bend it the other side, in between these 2 little bones, and it just bends off. And there we go. Now we have that. With the neck, here you have the esophagus, which is a little pipe. So we're just going to cut that like that. So we have the esophagus pipe that runs all the way to what they call a crop. A crop is a little bag inside of here that holds the food while they're starting to digest. Take the knife and we just cut back a little bit until we get to the breast area. Then we take the whole esophagus part, pull out this, which is the little sack that holds all the food, but it's empty because we haven't fed them in 24 hours. So that we put aside. Take a little bit of this skin off. And then here we have the neck. Cut it at the base. So, and there we have the neck, and that we're going to keep with the feet. That's going to go for nice stock. Now we need to take out all the insides. This is the entry hole for the chicken that only have one. So we want to be a little bit careful with that area so we don't taint the meat. At the back here you have a little bit of skin above the opening hole. What we want to do with a nice sharp knife is we just want to cut that a little bit just to get through the fat, like that. And then once we have that, we can pull it apart to make a nice opening. And now this is the hard part. Once you have that, you want to put your hand in as far as you can go at the top, loosening everything. Once you get as far back, kind of where you can feel your fingers here, you want to bring your fingers down and then start to pull back. And then we're taking out all the insides. And what I like to do is then once you have all the insides, you slowly, there's a bone here, just go on the side of the bone and gently go down on that side, and on the other side there's a bone here, so you gently go down on that side of the bone, careful not to cut any of the organs. And then once you get down to the tailbone, I like to just cut off the tailbone because no one likes to eat that anyway. And there we go. That's all the entrails. Before we go through this, there's another part inside here that most people will forget about, is the lungs, because the lungs are at the top of the rib cage and they're kind of in the bones. So you have to kind of put your fingers in there and squeeze it. You'll feel it.
Oh.
Those are the lungs. A lot of people forget to take them out. And that's the chicken. Here is the heart. Very good meat. Okay. We're not going to go through all the pieces. This is the gizzard. There's a way to cut this, and then you can have the gizzard. You can also, then we can keep the kidneys, the liver, and we can turn that into a nice chicken liver pate. But we're gonna not go through that now. We're gonna put that aside. We have your whole chicken.
Whole chicken.
Yeah. So we're gonna rinse this off. I'm also going to cut this up. You see a whole chicken as well. As simple as that, with a bit of cleaning, we have a whole chicken that you would buy in the shops. Very, very, very simple. This we can make a nice roast from. There's many things that we can do with this, and we'll show you some recipes. But I also want to show you the butchering part, how you can get nice pieces that you get sometimes in the shops. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start separating and deboning this chicken. Now for that, we start at the tail end. There is a breastplate that runs down the chicken. What we want to do is with a sharp knife, run the blade. Down the breastplate, and then start using the knife along the breastplate. Let the knife do the work. There will be another little bone here. You go on the outside of that. Separate some of the skin. Okay. And we just follow it down.
Ерөөхдөө шулах маягаар цээжмэх авах юм байна.
We're just following the breast down. Okay, keeping the knife as close to the rib cage as we can. Then we have the bone connecting the wing. I'm going to break that. Okay, we're going to start on the other side.
Нөгөө талаас бас яг адилхан.
There we separate the two wings. And then we can start cutting back on the meat against the bone. Until we get to the back legs. For the back legs, we just pull apart. And then you have a little bone joint there. That open. Remove that leg. On this one. So, and then the rib cage will come apart. So there's the whole inside rib cage that we're going to save for chicken stock. And here we have 2 half chickens, and then we're just going to separate the leg, clean it up a little bit. So, and there we have one leg. There we have a second leg. And here we have the breast with the wing, and we just go around the top part to separate the wing from the breast. If you want to keep this part, you can, or you can just right there on the corner and separate that for the stock pot. Let's do the other side.
Нөө дахианы гой шүл гаргаж явахд хэрэгтэй юм байна. Манайх нөө хоньноос хаях юм байдгүй гэдэг шиг бас дахианд хаях юм байдгүй юм байна. Бүх яснуудын бүгдийн сайхан чанаад гамттай шүл өтгөн шүл гаргаж явахд хэрэгтэй тийм ээ.
Then we have our 2 wings and our 2 breasts, which are not that nice. So if the leg as well, if you want to have a whole leg like that or not, you can also, if you want to cut these in 2, you just go on the inside of the leg and you just go down all the way down to the joint. Okay. And then it just splits there so easily. Then we have 1 leg drumstick and 1 thigh. So, now to be truthfully honest, this is probably the worst butchering I have ever done. But definitely, I feel that it makes a difference. Once you have culled a chicken, plucked it, and then tried to butcher it into small pieces straight away, the meat is so soft and so tender that it just breaks apart. But anyway, at least I got to show you how to cut up the pieces yourself. All the other chickens, we have 12 more to do. We're going to be busy for the next few hours. We're not going to cut them up. We're going to keep them whole. And once we have all that done, we're going to show you how we're going to save it for the winter. I hope you guys learned something new. Let's crack on and get all the chickens done.
Yep.
Cool.
Eight.
1.8 kilos.
Yeah,
that's good. You know, in America, they have a different type of bag. So they have like this it's a bag, and you put the chicken inside, and then you just kind of dip it into warm water, and then the bag like
I
shrinks.
see, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you have that here.
I'm not sure.
But anyway.
Pretty much like, the biggest one is 2.1 kilo.
2.1 kilos, and the smallest one is like 1.1
1.1.
kilos.
Yeah. Maybe next year will be
A whole lot more chickens.
more chicken.
Yeah, I mean, with this one chicken a week, it lasts us, what, 2 months? So 52 chickens, we can have one chicken every week for a whole year.
Yeah.
1.7 kilos.
Yeah. What a day.
What a day. This was such a learning experience for us. The first time we culled our own chickens and plucked this many. Obviously,
Fix
we fixed it.
Better word.
And yeah, we're learning as we go along. There are a lot of videos out there. Baby! There's a lot of videos out there that do it a little bit better. But this is the first time we're doing it here in Mongolia.
Анх удаа ингэж дахиагаа бэлтлээ. Тэгээд хэрэгтэй хүнд нь хэрэг болсон байх гэж найдаж байна. Гэцүү байсан ч гэсэн гэтээ сүүлдээ сурчдээ мэн үү.
Hi.
Hi, Flemmy.
So really strange. Our biggest chicken was about 2 kilos and our smallest chicken was about 1 kilo. So if you guys have any recommendations or any tips, leave them in the comments so that next year we're going to have, of course, a lot more to do. But really exciting.
Яа, ямар нэг асуух зүйл байвал comment хэсэгт бичиж асуугаарай. Чадах ятгаараа хариулах болно.
Yeah, if you have any questions, guys, you can always ask us in the comments. And any feedback, that would be great.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.